The Community Television Consortium of Stark County presents this week's edition of What's Happening, the show about you, the people of Stark County. And now your host for tonight's program, Susie Vitale.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of What's Happening in Stark County. I'm Susie Vitale. Our first two guests this evening are Judy Adams and Ellen Hawk, and they're here from the First Friends Recovery Ministries. We're here tonight to talk about the Divorce Recovery Workshop. And Ellen, how are you involved?
My wife and I are the coordinators of the Divorce Recovery Workshop at First Friends.
Okay, why would someone want to come to a divorce recovery workshop?
This program is designed for those people who either are presently going through a divorce or who have had a divorce in their past. It may be that they've been divorced for a number of years, but they're still experiencing pain and loneliness and grief, and they find that the workshop is very helpful to them.
What happens, or what are the consequences if someone leaves these sort of feelings unresolved?
Well, we become very bitter people. If we don't deal with the anger, this builds up inside, and some real serious consequences can come from that. Loss of self-esteem and the feelings of worthlessness, and it just gets worse and worse and worse unless we take the time to deal with the feelings and the consequences of being single, alone, and a single parent.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is open for everyone. In other words, you don't have to go to First Friends Church in order to come.
That's true. Now, this is open. We have lots of people from other churches, and people who never attend First Friends come to the workshop.
When is this starting? Is this an ongoing series of classes, or how does this work?
No, we run the workshop for twice a year, 6 weeks each time, spring and fall. November the 4th, we will begin another seminar. And
is it in the evening?
It's the evening, 7:30 to 9:30 each evening, and we do serve a nice snack, and which makes it interesting.
Okay, and this is held at the First Friends Church. Is it in the building? Or
yes, it's right in the main building. We call it the chapel area of the First Friends.
Do people need to call for reservations or to sign up in some way for the class?
It's nice to reserve ahead of time, but if that doesn't work out, they can come a little bit early the first night and register right there at the door.
Okay, is there a cost?
That's $15, which covers the materials and some of the food.
What's the phone number someone would call if they were interested?
Okay. 492-6333.
Okay, what is the class like? If someone comes to this workshop, what can they expect to experience?
Okay, we generally each evening have a presentation which would run maybe 20 to 30 minutes. We do other things such as skits and pantomimes. We will break into small groups. And in the small group, each person has an opportunity to share how they're feeling, and others in that group will reflect. It's important that we can tell our story to someone who will listen, and we find that there's a lot of help that comes from that.
Okay, now while this is going on with the adults, Judy, what's going on? There are other classes too.
Right. We have child care for the preschoolers. We also have a program for teenagers. That's our junior and senior high. And we call it Teens Breaking the Cycle, because the teenagers whose parents get divorced have a lot of grief, a lot of pain that they need to work through. And often when the parents are so consumed with their own concerns and problems, that may not be totally dealt with. So we decided that this would be appropriate to offer this for the teens. That way, as they learn healthy ways to deal with conflict or situations, they don't carry through the same patterns that they experienced in their childhood that led to their parents' divorce. So that way, we're encouraging them to truly be able to break that cycle and not end up in a divorce situation themselves.
Okay, so what sort of things do they do?
They have a presentation as well. Here's the information, what we're talking about. They have a fun time of activity in our gym. They have a time of fellowship and eating and sharing together. as well as time to break into small groups and talk and get to know each other. They make new friends, see we have something in common together.
Now we have less than a minute left. You have something for the smaller children too?
Right, grades 1 through 6, confident kids. The same concept, we're helping them deal with the grief and the pain of the divorce and how they've been affected, really focusing on their feelings and being able to express those and to be able to feel healthy about themselves as well.
Okay, for all of these, the workshop and for the children, the teens, you need to call and register. It would be a good idea, but you can show up at the door. There is a cost for all three.
Yes, for the adults it's $15, for the teens it's $10, and for the children $5.
Okay, and what's the number to call?
The number is 492-6333.
Okay, thanks for coming this evening.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Shopping with Tim Beard. Stay with us. Our next guest is our good friend Tim Beard, who's here from the Stark County Board of Mental Retardation and Developmental Disabilities Sheltered Workshops, where he's the ceramics manager. And Tim, why don't you tell us about the ceramics workshop? What does it provide?
The ceramic workshop provides employment for the adult mentally retarded and developmentally disabled. The ceramic department is a unique little department which is staffed with 90, so I shouldn't say it's too small, but we have 90 people that take ceramics from the beginning operation of opening molds and pouring of the product through the sanding, through the painting, the firing, and into a completed retail, which is the gift gardens.
Well, you're doing such a good job there. It just keeps growing and you keep getting these projects. Now, you have so many of these products that are really selling well. Do you want to tell us about the Santa bags?
Right. The Santa bag we came out with 4 years ago and started out with 300, and this year we'll produce another 3,000 of him. Total bags will sell over 10,000 bags this year. So Santa Bag and Misses are a pretty good success story. They're good traditions, sell out almost every Christmas. So this year we added the snowman and the reindeer bag, which are also become very popular and are starting to sell like hotcakes right now, and it's still early.
Okay, now these are sold over at the gift gardens, and they're very reasonably priced. Do you want to give us some prices on these? Like, these are really good to put things in, candy canes, anything like that at Christmas, or you can put other gifts in them. And the smaller ones, I understand, are good for putting little money gifts in.
Yeah, gift certificates, little moneycans. They also look nice on Christmas trees as an ornament.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mrs. Claus down here this year runs for $15.50. Mr. Claus is $14.
How about the little one?
The little Santa's $3.
Okay.
The snowman, large one here, runs $15. The small snowman is $5.85. The large reindeer is $16. The small reindeer is $3.65.
Well, there is a lot of detailing on these, and I saw the Santa bags in a catalog for twice what they cost at the gift garden. So
and they're not as nice a quality on some of them.
That's true. That's true. These have so much detail on them if you could see them real close. Now you also have these other Santa figures.
Right. We're becoming more known for our holiday Santas. They're more of what we call our old world Santas. And every year it's like a collector's item. We add a new Santa from a different country. And this year the new one is from Poland, and he's been added to the collection. And then we've also started a new collection this year of an African-American line. So we have this gentleman, which is our first piece this year to start off the collection.
Can you turn him around, because he has so many things on the back so that the camera can see all the, it's painted all the way around.
Yeah, the toys and the Santa sack and stuff, and which is reasonably priced. He runs $27.95.
There's so many things, and there are a lot of items in the gift garden that aren't just the seasonal items.
Right.
I mean, right now you have Halloween in there.
Yeah, Halloween is out and running now. We have our picnic tables on display. We do have crafts, bathroom items, just all kinds of different. It's just not seasonal. We sell all kinds of stuff.
Now, you have the adults working in the ceramics workshops.
Right, ages 22 to 75 is our oldest.
Okay, and this enables them to bring home a paycheck.
Right. They earn a paycheck, they pay taxes. I mean, it's just like we try to run it as much like a regular business as we can.
Mm-hmm. Now, how do you get someone to do an entire project like this? Do you work on an assembly line? How do you do this?
It's on an assembly line basis. We try to find out the skill of the enrollee, and then whatever skill they can do, they fit into that kind of category. We got some that paints the eyes and do the real detail work, and some can only maybe put on the base coat, so they're on an earlier operation. We have 3 levels of painting: a beginner level, an intermediate level, and a detail level. So it falls into that at one point in time. So the project usually falls through all 3 areas before it is boxed and packaged and sent to the gift gardens.
How long have you been working on these? Did you start sometime?
January 3rd we started this year.
Started for this year. Now I know that a lot of times the bags do sell out, so people need to go over to the gift garden.
Especially the 2 newer items, the snowman and the reindeer bag, will probably sell it really early, so you need to get there fast.
And the Santas used to always be gone. I used to get mine in late summer because as soon as they'd come out, Pat would let us know because they sell out.
We're really working hard to keep him in stock this year, but we're not sure if we're going to be able to do that yet.
They're so nice, and they make something that you can keep year after year for an ornament.
They are.
Okay, so if someone wants to come to a gift garden, where are they located?
The original gift garden is located in Southgate Plaza, which is 3041 Cleveland Avenue, and they can call 484-4814 for that one. Or the newest one and the largest gift garden is Whippledale Center, which is 2950 Whipple Avenue, and you can call 477-5200 and just ask for the gift garden.
Okay, and the 477-5200 gets you anything you need to know.
Anything you want, just call in there, and the receptionist will put you anywhere you want, get you anything you need.
Okay, and you just can park right there. There's always parking right there. Just walk right in.
Lots of parking. The shop's beautiful.
It is. It really is. Okay, thanks for coming this evening.
Thank you for having me.
Next up, we have more shopping with Dottie DeFrance. Stay with us. Our next guest is another good friend, Dottie DeFrance, and she's here with the Animal Protection Guild. Dottie, you're a volunteer with the Animal Protection Guild, and you've been on several times. Do you want to tell us what the Animal Protection Guild is again for those who might not know?
Be glad to. The Animal Protection Guild is an organization of all volunteers. Our primary focus is to provide a low-cost spay-neuter program to the general public.
Now, how long has this program been going on?
About 11 years we have been in existence, and in that period of time we have financially assisted approximately 22,000 surgeries for spays or neuters.
Okay, and how about this year?
This year we have approximately 1,800 so far through September.
That's a lot of spaying and neutering. Okay, so this program obviously is costing you a lot of money. Do you want to explain how it works?
The program works by money that is given to us or that we earn through various fundraising activities. And in order to find out how to participate in the program, those who are watching and listening can contact a phone number, which is 484-2974, to obtain some information about the program.
And you need to have a pen and a pencil ready because, or in a paper, because there's a lot of information.
That's
I understand.
Right.
Okay.
It is a recorded message. It's a long piece of information which indicates who the veterinarians are that are with the program, how to make an appointment, how to follow up to get the proper forms, the costs for spays and neuters for dogs and cats, and that kind of information.
Okay, now as we said, it's really expensive to perform this service. So how do you raise your money? What are your fundraisers?
We have several kinds of fundraisers through the year. In the spring we have a mail-out fund drive. We have bake sales, candy sales throughout the year. We have a store called the Animal Attic, which is on 9th Street between Bellflower and Maryland Avenue. That is probably our biggest money raiser. It's a resale store and very popular with the public. And in the fall we have a craft show with an auction.
Okay, now obviously you've brought a lot of items here. Do you want to tell us what you've brought?
Sure. To my right is a wolf throw, which is reversible, I believe, and seated on the wolf throw is Peter Rabbit himself.
Now, is he going to be, he's auctioned off?
Everything that's here before you will be auctioned.
Okay.
That's right. These are all new items which have been donated to us by merchants and some of our members. Peter Rabbit, this is a baby Afghan, which was hand prepared by one of our members, I believe. In front of that, in front of the table, is a large Christmas wreath that was handmade. And the birdhouse, which is a decorative birdhouse, is very lovely, I think. And this is the Longaberger Wildflower Basket, which is very popular and which has been donated to us for this year's auction.
Now, aside from the auction, it's a craft show auction, there's bake sale. What all goes on here?
On the day of the event, which is October 22nd this year, that's a Saturday, we will have approximately 100 items to be auctioned. We will have several craft tables, including some tables with pet items. We will have a bake sale that day, a raffle for cash prizes, and we will have some other events that will be going on during the day for the public to participate in.
Okay, where is this located?
This is at the Dogwood Park Shelter in North Canton.
And what's the length of time that this runs?
Opens at 10 o'clock. The auction is at 11 o'clock and lasts for approximately an hour to an hour and a half. And then the crafts are sold throughout the day till 3.
Okay, now you've got a poster here.
This will depict what's coming up with all the information about it. Saturday, October 22nd, 10 to 3. Auctions at 11.
Okay, and you're really performing a good service. We know that it is quite a problem with too many pets. Now, Dottie, we know that the APG is performing a really necessary service because there are just too many animals being born.
That's right. In fact, I have some hot off-the-press statistics from Humane Society of the United States.
Okay.
In 6 years, an unspayed female dog and her offspring can produce 67,000 puppies. In 7 years, an unspayed female cat and her offspring can produce 420,000 kittens.
I think they're all in my mother's neighborhood, too.
They're in lots of people's neighborhoods. And fortunately, some of them are in people's homes being well taken care of.
That's true. Okay, if someone wants to donate something, can they still do it?
We would still be accepting items for the craft tables, and if there is anyone who has something to donate for that, those items could be taken to the Animal Attic store, which is the store I mentioned on 9th between Bellflower and Maryland Avenue.
Okay, what's the phone number one more time if someone wants the program?
484-2974, a recorded message.
Okay, thanks for being with us this evening.
Thank you.
Stay with us, we've got more. Our next guest is Nina Benson, who is the Director of Social Services at Doctors Hospital, and she's also co-chairman of Pastoral Care. Nina, what is your job as co-chairman of Pastoral Care?
At Doctors Hospital, we don't have a pastoral care department or an employed chaplain. So we have a committee made up of hospital personnel plus clergy from the community who get together quarterly and meet to discuss how the spiritual needs of patients are being met and any ways in which we might improve that.
What kind of pastoral care does Doctors Hospital offer through the pastors that volunteer?
Okay. First of all, our department is responsible for every day going through our census, our patient census, and contacting those churches whose members are in our hospital so that their clergy are aware that they're here and have requested a visit. But there are patients in the hospital who may not have a home church, may be from out of town, or their clergy may not be available and may be requesting to see a clergy or a need. So we have a core group of clergy who volunteer their time and their services, and they are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to come into the hospital to meet the needs of those patients.
That's really wonderful.
Yes, it is. It is, and it's very important for those patients.
Now, you have an upcoming event to thank these pastors. You want to talk about that?
Correct. October 24th through 30th is National Pastoral Care Week, and it's a special week set aside to honor and thank clergy who serve in specialized settings outside of the church, such as nursing homes, prisons, psychiatric facilities and hospitals. And since we don't have an employed chaplain or pastoral care department, we rely very heavily on the community clergy. So Doctors Hospital wants to take a day during that week to offer a special event to thank the clergy for all their services.
That's really nice. Now, what are you going to be doing?
On Wednesday, October 26th, we're going to have a Clergy Appreciation Luncheon seminar. That is a Wednesday, and it starts at 11:30. All community clergy are invited to come and have lunch with us. The president of our hospital will be there to welcome them and thank them. And we'll also have a guest speaker who is Reverend Dan Grosamy, who is the pastoral care director at Akron Children's Medical Center. He's also an Episcopal priest, and he's going to be talking on finding meaning in life's crises.
That would be something that everyone can probably take something away and use.
Definitely, because the clergy are often called upon to come into the hospital to help families who are faced with very difficult and painful life situations.
Right, and coping, asking why, that sort of thing.
Definitely, yes.
Okay, now you've said that everyone is invited. Have you sent out invitations?
Yes, we sent out over 300 invitations to community clergy, and hopefully we haven't missed anybody out in our viewing area. If we have, I hope that they will call our office Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5. Our number is 837-7323, and they can make a reservation. Our reservation deadline is October 20th. Also, if clergy happen to be visiting our hospital to see a patient, we have a sign-up list at the front desk that they can sign up there.
Okay. Now, when someone comes into the hospital and they request a pastor,
yes,
you have all the different denominations as well? Is that to draw from?
Correct. All the denominations are available.
Okay. And they are available 7 days a week, 24 hours a day?
24 hours a day, correct.
Okay. So have you had to call on them very much?
Yes, we have. We have, especially through our emergency room and our intensive care units, who deal with crises on an hourly basis almost. They have been called in, and they've been wonderful in their rapid response time in coming in and meeting with families, and they're very good at walking into strange situations, people they don't know, families they don't know, and really getting right to the need that the family has expressed and offering the help.
I imagine that's a pretty rewarding job for you as well, knowing that you know who that you can call to help people out that really need some support.
Yes, it has been. It has been. And the clergy are a very important part of the healthcare team at Doctors Hospital.
That's for sure. So if someone is interested in coming, if they're a pastor and they're interested in coming, they're going to, who's the speaker again?
Reverend Daniel Grosamy, the Director of Pastoral Care at Akron Children's Hospital, and he has also done some work at Cleveland Clinic and is an Episcopal priest.
Okay, and what's the number they could call if they wanted more information or they wanted to make reservations?
837-7323, and that's Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5.
Okay, thanks for coming this evening.
You're welcome.
Next up, we have Pat Anderson with the calendar of events. Stay with us. Next up is Pat Anderson with the calendar of events. Pat?
Thank you, Susie. The Video Camera Club has its regular meetings the third Wednesday of each month, starting at 7 o'clock p.m. The club meetings are held at the Market Heights Community Church, and that's located at 3129 North Market Avenue in Canton. The club is open to anyone who is interested in video or audio. Their members have a variety of video and audio backgrounds, and the membership dues are $8 per year. The members are always ready to help anyone with their video and or audio concerns. Please plan to attend and also bring a friend. For more information, please call 494-1266. Auditions for the Christmas Carol, which is held in December at the Canton Players Guild, are going to be held on Saturday, October 22nd at 1 o'clock p.m. Now that audition is for children under age 18, and that's going to be held at the Cable Hall. On Sunday, October 23rd at noon, the audition is for adults, and that will be held at the Players Guild. If you want any more information or information on adult roles that are available, you can call the Players Guild at 453-7619. Now, the Players Guild is also having a Halloween cabaret party, and that will be Friday, October 28th at 7 o'clock, and that's going to be held at Skyland Pines. And that will be $25 per ticket. The number to call for that is 453-7617. Educational Opportunity, a nonprofit travel agency from Lakeland, Florida, is offering a 10-day trip to Israel in February of 1995. The cost is about $1,400 from New York City and $1,800 from Cleveland, and that includes motel, transportation by motor coach, breakfast and dinner, English-speaking guides, visitors' site fees, gratuities, taxes, customs, and administrative fees. The local contact person for the trip is Charles Croft. It's K-O-P-F, and his number is 454-3434. The Canal Fulton Heritage Society is taking applications for its $200 college scholarship. It is available to any resident of Canal Fulton, Lawrence Township, or the Northwest Local School District who will attend college during the year of 1995-96. Applicants must return the form by May 1st of 1995 and then write an essay on a provided topic by July 1st. 50 hours of volunteer service with the Society are required. For information, you can call 854-6168. The Boat Owners Association of the United States is offering a free year of membership to those who finish a boat safety course during the remainder of this year. The offer is limited to those 18 or older. Course graduates need only send a copy of their course completion certificates to Boat US along with the membership application, which can be obtained by calling 1-703-461-2866. The American Heart Association of Stark County is offering free copies of Silent Epidemic: The Truth About Women and Heart Disease. It discusses the seriousness of heart disease, risk factors, methods of control, and steps toward prevention. You can call their office at 456-2871. October 30th is the deadline for the entries in the Quail Hollow Camera Club Fall Photo Contest. Photos will be accepted at the Visitor Center October 29th and 30th from 1 until 5 p.m. at the Quail Hollow State Parks or at the camera meetings. For details and entry forms, send a self-addressed stamp envelope to Fall Photo Contest, 11475 Garden Lane, Uniontown, Ohio, and that zip is 44685. The Plain Township Willowbrook Lions Club will hold its annual cider sale each Saturday in October between 9 in the morning and 12:30 at the Township Hall at 2600 Easton Street Northeast. Proceeds go toward the purchase of eyeglasses for needy students in the Plain local school districts. Free delivery is being offered for purchases of 10 gallons or more. You can call them at 455-4735. And their cider's good because I buy that every year. If your nonprofit club or organization would like to have its announcements on this program, you can write to us at the Community Television Consortium, Post Office Box 8335, Canton, Ohio. The zip is 44711, or you can give us a call at 493-8925. We would like you to call us if you are watching our show and you do enjoy seeing what's going on. Our show does air on Tuesdays at 6 and Thursdays at 6:30 on Warner Cable 11, and on Thursdays at 7:30 on Maslin Cable 50.
Thanks, Pat. That wraps up another edition of What's Happening in Stark County. Thanks for joining us.